Hello, everybody. This is Little Miss Brooke, and today we are going to be doing something different. We are on the Michigan Frankenmuth map. Sadly, I had a lot of content that I had worked on for the last 3 days, and apparently my computer crashed. And not only did my computer crash, but all the videos I had saved and edited and was getting ready to upload to YouTube disappeared. So I had to restart my computer, and then when I went to start it again, um, apparently Farm Sim was corrupted. So all my mods, everything is just gone. So I had to reload Farm Sim 2022, and I almost cried because I spent like 3 or 4 hours doing content, and literally your content is just gone. So I just had to be like, what am I going to do next? And I did have one video uploaded to YouTube, and apparently YouTube was having problems because it was a very slow upload. So there was just a bunch of things going on. So today we are going to be doing something different, and today I'm going to tell you how I started with Farm Sim, and I'm going to talk for the love of Farm Sim. The name of the video is going to be for the love of Farm Sim. And then I'm going to tell you how I started with Farm Sim and what I love about Farm Sim and just a bunch of other things that make Farm Sim super, super special. We're just going to walk around a little bit here as I talk. This is going to be hard for me. Oh, I kind of opened the door. Come on. And watch it. I can't. Oh, no. Come on. And then I can never get into the door. Oh, that sucks. So let's see if I can open these doors. Maybe I can go in this way. Wow, this is nice. In what? I can't go in. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to be starting. There's a truck. But maybe you can drive around a truck in a minute. So I have always loved farming my whole life. I literally grew up out in the country, and I was just a normal country girl that loved farming. I'd go walking down the road and I'd see a farmer with the farmer truck, I mean their tractor, driving down there, and just made me super happy. It just made me love farms. Oh my goodness, you start with a bunch of stuff. Now this is huge. Look at how huge it. Holy macaro. That's not starting from scratch. But I loved the country life. I loved animals, and I wanted to actually have a dairy farm. Ooh, there's a toy, a collectible. I wanted to be a farmer, and not knowing when I was younger, farming is very expensive. And where I live, the land is super, super, super valuable and super, super expensive. So in order to get farmland, it would upward for a small, maybe 5 acres, 300,000. It was super expensive in my area, and the prices have just tripled now. And I can't even believe how much farmland costs. So I didn't get that opportunity, and I worked a lot. So, I worked a lot. Woo! Get a lot of tractors. Oh my goodness, look at that. Must have to have that with how big of fields you are here on Frankenmuth map. But it was just couldn't afford it. Everything was costly, and I looked into a lot of stuff. And upward of machinery was 100 grand for like a basic machinery. It was, and if you just wanted a small tractor, maybe 10 grand. But like I had no credit. I had no credit score. I could not go to a farm shop and go, hey, I want to buy this with credit because I didn't have credit. So I worked a lot, and I still didn't get the opportunity to become a farmer because prices have just tripled. And I wanted to get a job on a farm, but I actually started working on a horse farm, and oh my goodness, it didn't work out. The owner of the farm was pretty abusive towards me, and I'm not going to go into detail of what, maybe I will sometime about what happened, but it just wasn't. He was abusive to the horses. The horses never got out into the pasture, and they overbred their horses. and they'd make me clean the stalls with the doors closed, with horses, with stallions in there. It just wasn't a good situation. So I just quit, and literally it was freezing cold out, below zero. He put a space here and said, "Here, that's it." Which I know that working outside and farm is cold. I didn't have a problem with that, but it was super cold and it was just not comfortable for me and I wasn't used to it. So I just said, "Hey, I can't do it anymore." So I just worked other jobs, and then as I got older, I more and more wanted to be a farmer, but it wasn't realistic. Like, prices have tripled, and where I lived at the time, I saw farms, dairy farms, just go out of business. I didn't really know this dairy farmer very well, but I knew that they were struggling, and they said that they couldn't make ends meet with their dairy farm. They couldn't get crops. Prices of gas had gone up. It was just not feasible. He had to go out and get another job besides being a dairy farmer. So they decided that they were going to quit dairy farming, and decide to do they did do breeding beef. They did do beef. They just quit dairy. Super sad. It was super sad. And then there was some other farms around me that stopped doing dairy, which was super sad. I just saw the decline in farming. And around me where I lived was really country. Like, it was super country. And there wasn't a lot of, like, city or town life. It was basically country farmland. And then through the years, 10 years